Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back. Today we got some new stuff. Empire of Sin.
Goldie Garneau, the one and only.
We're gonna go ahead and pick our character.
Good choice.
Scroll through some of them.
Hey
See
there,
what
Dollface.
Salazar Reina.
Scroll through them. See what kind of perks
Gotcha
they
covered.
got. See which one kind of interests me.
The name's Frank, but you can call me Mr. Reagan.
This dude with the baseball bat, Frank Reagan, kind of interests me off the first glance. So we're gonna go with Frank Reagan. Now, this is one of, this is not the first time I ever played this, but this is the furthest I ever got in the game without quitting or restarting.
Reagan, it's good to see you.
Alright, first things first, we meet up with one of the other, one of the other characters in the storyline. Chat up about some business.
We're both busy men, Bill. Can we skip the chatter and get right down to business?
Fine, I can take an early lunch. There's a crew of bootleggers in a joint nearby, and they're playing rough, even for Chicago. The city needs them gone. Really gone. Not just in jail and out again. I figure you could take care of it. I'll give you cash for your expenses, and I owe you a favor.
Could be nice getting a favor from the mayor. Alright, so it looks like as soon as you start off.
Only because it's
Now,
you,
I think
Bill.
they're different.
And only
I think
because you're the
intros
mayor.
are different depending on who you select to play as. But the tutorial is the same for everybody, I think, like as far as the characters that we'll get here. Once we get through how to move the camera and our player.
Welcome to Chicago. Let's have a look around.
Alright, so first mission.
Understood.
Chicago is a dangerous place, and in order to
Understood.
survive, you're gonna need to learn how to fight. Fortunately, I know right where you can find one. This precinct belongs to Ronnie O'Neill. He calls himself the boss of the Meatpackers gang. His thugs aren't gonna know what hit them.
We're gonna get into position.
Fine.
In Empire of Sin, combat is turn-based. The queue of characters waiting to take their turn is above, and the turn order is decided by a character's initiative stat. If enemies are allied with a boss, that boss is also shown under their portrait.
Alright, so we start to initiate the battle.
The action bar is below. In combat, you can move or choose an action from the action bar. Some actions require...
Learning how the movement and system of gameplay works as far as battle mechanics go.
Each character has two action
Stupid
points.
jackasses!
Bosses have unique abilities with special effects that unlock after you've disposed of a certain number of enemies. You'll see the icon.
Okay, pretty standard intro so far. They're showing us how to actually play. That's good. Quality information. They could have left you hanging not knowing that some moves took multiple action points.
Gonna bust you up.
So they give you that heads up in the beginning, which is pretty cool. There's also some more good tips on cover.
Using cover is vital to your survival. Cover is provided, or half cover represented by a half shield.
The difference between the half shield or full shield. Alright, we gotta reload, but we go for the melee to finish one off.
Hey, it's not my gun.
Instead of reloading and keeping the cover behind that pillar.
Gotcha.
Call it Doc!
Boom. So pretty solid tutorial to introduce you how the battle mechanics work.
Yeah, great.
We go for the cover though. Takes a shot, misses, and then it's our turn again.
Call it Doc! Oh!
Who else but me?
Nice, we got the victory, gained a bandage and some tools and weapons from ransacking
Attacking
the
a
building,
racket
so
in a
that's
precinct you don't own sets it to the ransacked state. You want to own this racket? Well, you're gonna have to take out the safe house at Depot first. Taking out that building takes the whole precinct, but more on that later. The gunfire attracted some of the local criminal talent, and they're looking for work. As your empire
Let's
grows,
take
you'll
over this
notice that your
town.
crew members have a take, their price for working with you. The take is based on a percentage of your total earnings. In general, the better they are, the higher the gangsters range from professional hitmen to shockingly wayward criminals. They have opinions about the people they work with, and their personalities and traits develop over time. Gangsters also have different professions and weapon specialties. Nora here is a mob doctor, and that means she can use sniper rifles. Position her far from her target in combat to make the most of her skills. You'll find gangsters looking for work out in the world and in the Black Book. As you become more powerful, you'll gain... Now, hire your second crew member.
Of course.
Now you've got yourself a squad. From the world map, you can see who owns what. Right now, this is Ronnie's precinct. Each precinct is controlled by a safe house or depot. Taking out other rackets in the precinct means that you'll cut down the number of reinforcements that show up when you attack the safe house or depot. So, it's a good idea to hit them first.
Now see that them two characters that we just hired to be on our team, those have been the same two for every intro tutorial that I've played. I don't know if it changes if you make the choice to not do the tutorial when you start a new game, but we also got to learn some important stuff about the safe houses. You can take out the reinforcements amount by
Let's
eliminating
go.
the other properties around the safe house in that precinct. But if you get the safe house, then you get all them other properties. So it's kind of a give and take. How much do you want to have to battle against to take the safe house, compared to how much you're gonna want to have to rebuild and replace after taking the safe house if you do successfully.
Moving in.
Gonna bust you up! The meat packers were expecting you.
Alright, so we got our first on the streets battle with our two new hired gunmen.
Ah, no.
We don't do too well on that first shot. There you go, some nice shots on the one of them. Looks like the enemy gets a turn, goes into overwatch. Frank Reagan taking his double tap shot, leaving the guy with a small amount of HP. Enough for one of my three members to finish off. Probably Nora would have the best shot at that distance. But then again, I may just go for the little double tap with the pistol. And then followed up by the other hired gun, flanking position, and then going for the shot. You know, now that enemy is knocked out of Overwatch, that's a good burst, set of burst, good connection on those shots, and
They got me. Oh.
and now we're gonna push that last remaining enemy.
Right on.
Knocked him out. Oh, he's still up. Oh, 23'd my dude. Got me for 23 health. I felt like that punch could have probably finished him, but whatever. Gotta switch guns to go back to the rifle. Rifle looks like it needs 2 action points to shoot. So maybe go back to the pistol and try to get 1. Oh, we're gonna go for the heal. Let's heal up Frank, yeah.
Ah, feck it!
Yeah. That was a good choice. Boom, finish him off with the hired gun. And that's how I learned real
We
quick.
did it,
Bet on
class!
Frank.
You're gonna need more than a few guns to take out Ronnie and his guards. Luckily, the black market's got everything you need. Open the black market. Now that you're in the shop window, it's time to get yourself some provisions. If you've got the cash, check the stats and effects of any item in the shop in the right window pane. Check the stats and effects of any item in the shop in the right window. Leave the shop when you have what you need.
Alright, so we bought some upgrades, and also, I learned real quick is that you kind of know power in numbers. Now, I don't know, well, I do know now because I'm a few hours ahead of this point in the game, as I already played it, but I wasn't sure if spending all my money on hired guns to where I'd still be able to cover the fees, the paycheck fees. I didn't know if that would like put me in a bad position, you know, but it did help me. I was kind of benefiting a lot off of having a whole bunch of actions that I could do from all the different players that I had hired. So the first three were good to start with. I'd have to say that they're probably one of my preferred hired guns that I've used so far. But I definitely pretty quickly get some more. I don't know if it's gonna be in the first couple episodes. Alright, so after we gear up our team a little bit, we get ready to take on the next property. And we got this brewery to take on.
Let's go.
You can see there's a good bit, what's that? 5 enemies there that we can see.
You need to move into cover. Breweries are well guarded, and this is a tough fight.
We want to make a good position and impact in the beginning of this. Hit 2 out of 3 of them, and then Nora will get a turn. Probably post her behind them barrels and use her sniper rifle or her pistol. Since we only get 1 shot, we may put her into Overwatch after we move her. But that's it for this one. If you guys want to see how this match ended or how I continue in the campaign,